Here we go. Yes.
Is this still the tallest building over there, or not
This
yet?
is actually, you know, it was in 1939 the highest building, 53 meters,
Ah,
but
at the time.
it's not
Okay.
anymore. Yeah, yeah. In the meantime, Belgrade got a couple of buildings which are 100 plus meters high, but this was a very big thing for the society at the time. Belgrade, between two big wars, wasn't so big city. It had only around 200 to 300,000 people, and in a not so big city to get such a big building, and really it was considered as the first skyscraper in southeast of Europe, but of course not anymore. And in the meantime, many other countries around built higher buildings, and Belgrade got higher buildings in 1970s. Currently, they are building, I may say, more than 10 buildings, which are going to be bigger than 100 meters. So this will be just the story, and of course, some interesting things to mention. You know what's also good here? This building, if this was the highest building in World War II, that means when Belgrade was occupied during World War II, this was a pretty good position to watch what's going on around the city. And it's
Oh,
also
cool.
interesting, yes, and it's interesting this is a really kind of the top of the main hill in the city. And then if you imagine yourself on the top, or actually German army, which was controlling it, they could observe what's going on around the city, and they could see the enemies coming from a different side. This is why at the end of World War II, this building had to be taken back under the local Yugoslav, in that time Yugoslav and the Red Army control, because of course it was important. That's why Yugoslav soldiers, Yugoslav communist partisan soldiers, they were really trying to enter the building from left or right side, but they couldn't do any big job because the Nazi fire from the top was much stronger. Finally, at the end of the, let's say, daily battle, how to say, Red Army actually, you remember the position where we were standing nearby Hotel Moscow. So the Red Army was coming from that side, and Red Army with their tanks was approaching the Palace of Albania. They were shooting the palace while the German army was defending themselves from the windows against the Soviets in front.
Oh, wow.
This was the moment when Yugoslav soldiers used the position to jump from the bottom and to start fighting for every single floor. And so many victims on both sides. Finally, the end of the day, it was the 20th of October, 1944. Yugoslav soldier climbed up on the top. He put the flag of Yugoslavia, blue, white, and red, but with the star in the middle. And that symbolically marked the end of World War II in Belgrade. So this is why this building is not only important because once it was the highest, this was one of the most important final battles in Belgrade when the Nazis were finally defeated, and right after that, it started like a big party around the city. So, and even today, in some parts you see it's pretty white color, but you see here or down, or on the left, it's a bit gray. So these are the parts which were demolished and later replaced, but they didn't have the same material. So that's how in a real, and even here on the camera, we can see some of the parts of the building are very white, but some of them are very gray. So those gray parts are younger ones. So this was the story about, you remember, one important landmark of the city,